What's up, gang members? Welcome back to another Vlogmas.
Just see those sleigh bells jingling, ring, jingle, tingling too. On it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you.
As y'all see the title, this Vlogmas is basically a makeup tutorial while also discussing depression, anxiety, loss, and grief during the holiday season. A lot of people have been asking me for a makeup tutorial. At first I was gonna do this as a voiceover, but I wanna do my makeup, so why not? So let's just go ahead and do it. Because I don't wanna interrupt anything that I'm saying, I will add the products as I speak, like on the video. So if you're watching for the makeup, I'll definitely be showing what I use. I'll try to put everything in the description, but I do be forgetting about my description sometimes, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, but yeah, this is a side part, closure, quick weave. I really just cut out a piece of frontal and glued it right there to make a closure, and we're not gonna talk about that. Anyways, so let's start the makeup and talk about depression during the holidays. First, I like to do my eyebrows, so let's get into that first. I will be looking up at the mirror because I can't see in this little ass screen. But I know that the holidays are a rough time, especially if you're dealing with depression, if you're having financial issues, if you're going through a breakup, a loss of a loved one. Like, the holidays can be very hard. Like, one, you're seeing everybody celebrate with their families. You're seeing people get engaged. You're seeing people go lavish and go all out for Christmas. And you just be wishing that you had your loved one, you weren't depressed, your financial status was better, your finances was better. You wish you could do more for your loved ones, but it doesn't always be that easy, especially in this economy, y'all. The economy is so bad right now, and with social media, it makes it look like everybody is rich. I'm gonna start off really at the financial aspect of holidays, and I just feel like if you don't have it, you don't have it. Like, I love that if you can get your children at least something off their list, I promise you those kids will be grateful for, like, you even trying to get something, just getting or receiving something. It might not be something on their list, but I truly believe in growing your kid into being understanding and not giving your child everything they want all the time just because, like, it just builds character. That let kids know you don't always get what you want in life. Like, period, point blank. From me, from Santa Claus, from anybody, like, you don't always get what you want in life. But when it comes to, like, giving gifts to, like, your loved ones, like your family members, like people that you genuinely love and are there for you and you want to show their love back around the holidays, people who genuinely love you will understand that you do not have it. So instead of lying or being manipulative or falling out with people or, like, cutting people off just because you can't do for them how you want to, don't be one of those people. If somebody that you love can't understand that you don't have it right now, then you just have to let them go. Because if they rather you get them a gift than you be financially secure and you have a roof over your head, food in your stomach, or your kids have things, then those people don't genuinely love you. They love what you can do for them, and you just cut them off anyways. Like, that's how I feel about that, truly. If you are someone who, like, fake it a lot, like fake like you got things, I'm sorry, I'm putting on a lot of primer. But if you are someone who act like you have your life together and now it's around the holidays and you can't provide for people, that's also a reason to stop acting. There's no way that you are having a pretend lifestyle and now people are expecting things from you because you act like you have it. And going into the new year, make that one thing that you change about yourself. If anything, I love acting like I don't have it. So when I don't have it, you know for sure I don't have it because I've been acting like I don't have it this whole time. That's one of my favorite things to do, okay? For sure. And make sure you're not spending your all on making Christmas special. The most special thing you can do is have a roof over your head and food in your stomach, a quarter drive. People be late on rent for the new year, going into the new year with no money, trying to go all out for Christmas. If you have to spend your last to make other people happy and risk your livelihood, it is not worth it. They are not worth it. I promise you'll be happier knowing in your house January 1st, doing that you ain't got to scrape up money by the 5th, 6th, and 7th to not be late on rent. than being depressed but happy that they happy. No. It's really easy to be depressed around this time due to social media, honestly. And if it's not due to social media and it's just for the simple fact of financial reasons only, then I really say just count your blessings. That's what I always do. Anytime I feel like I'm lacking in some area of my life, I remember all the things that are going good and know that things could be worse. Like, yeah, I might not be able to do X, Y, and Z for people, but at least I'm able to sleep peacefully at night knowing that I could literally be sleeping on the street right now, or I can be at a shelter right now, or honestly anything. Things could be completely worse. I always think about the fact that people have it way worse than I do. So, and don't get me wrong, you are going through things, and the things you are going through do matter. But I have to count my blessings because I'm sad about this, but I need to be happy about this. Every time you think about what you don't have, think about what you do have. And I know that may sound hard if you're going through a lot, but personally, it makes you feel 10 times better knowing that you could also be sad about this, and this. The things you are happy about, you could also be sad about. So do not waste being sad on all your problems and praise God for everything that you do have in your life. You have to have faith in those aspects that things will get better, and they will. But the best thing to do is to give gratitude and to be thankful for what you do have. And I promise you, it changes the way you look at the things you don't have. The best thing I feel during the holiday season is honestly to stay off social media. Try not to engage too much in content, especially around people who are showing and parading their lifestyles, because it make you realize the things that you don't have. Some people look at people's lives and get jealous, get envious, and get depressed. And some people are like, oh, thank God that'll be me one day. So instead of getting sad about the things that you see, think more so of, that's going to be me one day. I'm counting my blessings now, because next year for Christmas, I'm going to be the one that can give all these gifts to these people. I'm going to be the one receiving all of these gifts. I'll have friends around this time. I'll have more family around this time. I'll have more loved ones around this time. I'll be financially stable around this time. So if you do engage in social media a lot, try not to make it an envious feeling when you're looking into people's lives. Try to make it more of like motivation. Make looking into other people's lives motivation. And if you can't seem to do that, try to stay off social media. What I just did is I just sprayed my concealer brush with setting spray. This is just something I do because I know a lot of people like to use water to like spread their makeup, but I like to just use setting spray because it's still moist, like it's still wet. The holidays bring a lot of trauma as well, especially like breakups and family problems and baby daddy drama. Like a lot of trauma happens around the holidays because everyone is honestly depressed and they're spewing their depression onto you, or you may be spewing your depression onto someone else. And I just want to say to give like people grace, honestly. Some of the problems people are going through have absolutely nothing to do with you, but because you're in close proximity to them, it may rub off on you, and you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with other people's depression and other people's trauma, or being traumatized by other people's trauma just because you feel bad for them or sorry for them. And that's why a lot of people do fall out around the holidays. And that's okay. You have to learn to give people space. You cannot help people through their trauma. I don't care what people say, and I know that may be a little like controversial to say, is that you can't help people through their problems. But truly you cannot, okay? When you start to help people through depression, they begin to depend on you to help them with their depression, and they start to like pile all of their trauma onto you, and now you're taking on their trauma while dealing with things that you have to deal with on your own. So try not to be a gateway to people's problems. Like you can give words of encouragement, but when it comes to picking up the phone, doing all of their like episodes and they're crying, just know that you are not responsible for someone else's traumatic experiences, okay? You do not have to feel guilty for not being there for certain people, especially when you have your own stuff going on and no one's there for you. You don't have to be responsible for other people's trauma during this holiday season, because honestly, if you can't really help yourself, no one can help you. So that's just one thing that I feel. I don't know if I'm gonna make it look really crazy right now, y'all. So don't bother with how my makeup looking right now. If the trauma you're experiencing is abuse, whether it's from family, like parents, or like a loved one, I would say to not let the holidays make you feel like you have to stay around. You don't have to please his family or her family by staying around a traumatizing experience just for the sake of the holidays. Because holidays continue. If you don't leave them for Christmas, you'll wait around to New Year's. That's the next holiday. If you don't leave them New Year's, next thing you know, you have Valentine's Day. Next thing you know, like holidays continue to keep coming. So don't try to stay in traumatizing or abusive relationships or around people for the sake of holidays, because I guarantee you it would not go in your favor just because you want gifts or you feel like that's a loving season to be around family. You want to keep your family together. So I know that may sound hard to do, especially if you have kids or you're intertwined with their families or if it's even your families. But I don't want you to just think about the now. I feel like when people are dealing with trauma around the holidays, that's what stick people in relationships longer, because you feel like the holidays will make things better, and it may make things better. I know women that don't get abused around the holidays because they know that, oh, you're about to be around your family soon. I can't hit you around your family. I don't want to make you cry around your family. I want to seem like this perfect person, like narcissism around your family. So I won't beat you like from Thanksgiving to New Year's, so that like, and I know that sounds crazy, and I'm sorry if this is triggering to anyone, but it's just how it goes. I've seen cycles of abuse happen, so I know when men feel more likely to engage in abusive activities. A lot of people look forward to the holidays in relationships because they feel like, oh, it's a happy time frame. But it's just more of a reason for your narcissist to be less abusive, because they have to put on the front as this perfect person around friends and family. So they'll do more for you around the holidays. They'll make you more happy around the holidays because they have a facade and image to keep up. So they're not doing it for the love of you, for the love of the holidays, because they're happy with you. They're doing it because they have to do it to keep up the image that they're a good person, so that when you do leave, you look like that you're in the wrong. So I apologize if it is triggering, but if the holidays have been your reason to stay, I'm letting you know it is still the perfect reason to go. It's the perfect reason to go. They're going to gift you with things during this holiday season, make grand gestures around your family, make your father laugh, make your sisters laugh, make everybody in your family just have a grand old time, so that when you do leave, whenever you do leave, that person look like they're not in the wrong at all. If the people traumatizing you are your family really get a kick out of you being alone on the holidays. It's like, I know I traumatized you, I know I abused you, physically, verbally, whatever the case may be, but you don't want to be alone for the holidays. You're really going to be by yourself for the holidays. You're really going to just be rude and not come and see your family for the holidays because you have an attitude, because you say that I abuse you. Who do you think you are? You think you're so perfect, blah, blah, blah. Family also traumatize you in these ways during the holidays to get you to come around. Because if you don't come around for the holidays and people are asking about you, they don't want to seem like a bad parent. So their thing is to also butter you up around the holidays or talk bad about you throughout the holidays to make you feel like it's better to be around us than be alone. Which one you gonna pick? Being around me, who you say I abuse you say I make you feel all these type of ways, or you're gonna be by yourself lonely for the holidays? Which, you know, family do that. They do that. They make you feel like being alone is worse than being with them because that's how they view life. This is the perfect time to prove to your family that yes, you'd rather be alone than be around their nonsense for the holidays. You don't have to go to those family functions and stand on eggshells trying not to go on for people when people are slighting you every chance they get. You don't have to traumatize yourself over and over again for the sake of a loved one. And that's family, friends, co-workers. You don't have to put yourself in certain situations around the holidays just to say that you're not alone during the holidays. In order to be a better person in 2025, you have to stand up for yourself in times that feel the hardest to stand up in. If you can go through the holidays by yourself, you can go through the year by yourself. So if you had to go to your family Thanksgiving and it was bad for you, going to your Christmas would not be good for you. Stand by yourself. Stand in solidarity with yourself and partner with God in that lonely season during the holidays. Be lonely during the holidays, Christmas, New Year's. Be with God during those times and watch how strong you feel going into the new year with nobody. Going into the new year with nobody. You don't have to tolerate 24 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours with your family just to say you're around your family for the holidays just to please them. Be by yourself. Stand in your truth. Stand in honor and solidarity with the love you have for yourself, with your self-love. And forget all the love that you want to have for people. And forget making other people happy. You don't want your mom to look bad. You don't want your dad to look bad during the holidays when people ask where you at. Make them look bad. Make that look bad, okay? Why you didn't come to Thanksgiving? My daddy ain't, yay, look. You ain't gotta be, I'm sorry, you ain't gotta do all that. I'm sorry. You don't have to even be vengeful for it. And people ask, you can say, oh, I just didn't want to come home. I want to spend time with myself. Or you can not say anything at all. Or you can finally say, oh, they had me messed up all my life. Yeah, this is what happened. Whatever you decide to do this season, make sure it's the least traumatic thing for yourself. Whatever it is, make sure it has nothing to do with traumatizing you. Grief is also a hard thing to deal with during the holidays, especially if you're used to doing holidays with someone who has passed away. And sometimes grief is not even someone who passed away, but someone you're just used to being with on the holidays that's no longer around. Whatever the case may be, like grief plays a big part of depression as well regarding the holidays. When it comes to people that's alive, that you're grieving, it's okay to miss those people around the holidays. That was your new norm. You were used to celebrating with them. You were used to being around them. But for whatever reason, whether it's your fault, whether it's their fault, you decided to no longer deal with those people, or they decided not to deal with you. And it is harder when someone broke away from you instead of you breaking away from them. But just realize there's a plan in everything. The best part about growing away from people and no longer dealing with people is doing things that you used to do with them by yourself. And I know that sounds easier than it actually is, but it's hard. But I'll give it that it is hard to deal with no longer having certain people in your life. That just made me super dark. I picked the wrong shade, y'all. Wow, I meant to pick this one and I pressed the one above. Wow, y'all. How do I fix that without how do I fix that without going back in? Great. Let's see if I add a little foundation on top maybe. Would that work? Oh gosh, let me spray this out. Y'all see players mess up too. Players mess up too. I didn't add that much to this side, so this side really don't look that bad. Well, I think I'll still add some foundation on top, so it's still not super dark like that. This side don't really look that bad, but oop, I'm gonna use this brush. Okay, I blended it out. Now they honestly kind of look the same now. Great. I can't believe I messed it up like that. I've never done that before, believe me or not. Okay, we're back. And if it's new for you to not have people on the holidays, especially people that's still alive, just know that God will provide better people in your life than the people that you lost, okay? And if you're the reason why people are not around, I pray that God is working on you and your spirit so that you can be a better person to those that come into your life, so that you won't have to feel like this next year around the holidays. And just because you may have messed up in a situation where someone no longer wanted to have dealings with you, that does not make you a bad person, especially if you are learning from the mistakes you've made. So don't beat yourself up over lessons learned. Don't beat yourself up over that, because all you'll do is put yourself in a deeper depression instead of saying, hey, I know I was wrong with this friendship, with this relationship. I did my part. But as long as you're striving to be a better person, try to give yourself grace as much as possible, because things do change, people do change, and you will change, and hopefully for the better. When it comes to dealing with grief and loss, like people that are no longer on this earth during the holidays, especially if it's like your mother, your father, someone who was close and near and dear to. First of all, I want to say that I'm sorry for your loss, because grief is very, very hard when the person that you love is no longer sitting in the living room with you. They're no longer the ones cooking or bringing the drinks or whatever their part was for the holidays. I know that it's very, very hard to look at that door or go to their house and not see that person there. As long as they are in a better place and you know that they are watching over you and that you know that that holiday is covered by them and that everybody made it safe to their house, the food is safe, everyone are laughing and smiling because the person that you lost is covering their house with love. As you cry out and wish they were there, they are right behind you, rubbing your back, letting you know that just because they're not there physically, they are there for you in spirit. The smile you cracked even once that day, whether you was thinking of them or not, is because of them. I forgot that I was supposed to be doing makeup. Do something for that loved one that they're used to doing. Maybe they have a favorite song that you can play. Maybe y'all can talk about the good things that they've done, what y'all miss. If somebody cooked the dish that they usually cook, make jokes about it. Like, this is not how my grandma used to cook it. This is not how my dad used to make this. Who got my daddy favorite liquor? Who got my grandpa favorite liquor? Who made sure that, like, shots up to grandpa? You know, just do things in memory of them. Play their favorite song, do their favorite dances. Just make jokes and make light of the situation as much as possible. And if you lost like maybe a younger sibling or a child or grief and that matters around the holidays, do simple things for them or for yourself that'll make it feel like they're still there in spirit. Hug that teddy bear that they had. Wrap yourself in that blanket that night or that morning. It is okay to mourn loss. It is okay to cry. And if anybody tell you that it's not okay, they're dead ass wrong. Because it is. When it comes to mourning people that you miss and doing things in their honor and doing things in their name, I feel like you should do things the way they would want it done if they were here, if they were alive. And of course, that's easier said than done. I know that you're just talking, you don't understand. I don't understand. And I hate when people tell people that, oh, it's okay, it'll be better, you'll be fine. One thing you will do in regards to God and knowing how God works, you will be fine. It don't make losing someone easy. It gets harder every year, every holiday, but you learn to deal with the fact that they are gone. But you also do things that help you understand your feelings, that help you get through those emotions, that help you feel better about that loss and knowing that those people that you lost are with God, to know that the people that you lost are still watching over you and still are there for you. So grief is really, really hard, whether the people are gone or not, but knowing the fact that someone is there in spirit and that the love that they have for you when they left is still that same love or even stronger. And the reason why you are at the point of life you're at is because they're looking over you and protecting you. And they're also partnering with God to make sure that you're doing your best in life. That's what I feel matters the most. It's really important to also pray in these times because times are hard for everyone. It's really hard for everyone right now, no matter what social media is making it seem like. It is very, very hard for everyone right now. And whether people are faking it or whether people are just really fighting hard to get through it, everyone can be given grace at this time. Everyone. The only thing you can really do during this holiday season is be there for yourself and your kids if you have them as well. But if you're not there for you and if you're not taking care of you and making sure that you're fine, no one else can. So before you break your neck to give gifts for people, before you break your neck to make sure someone else is okay and someone else is handling their grief and their losses, make sure you're handling your own first. Because if you're not there for yourself and no one's there for you, but you're there for everyone else, you will lose yourself. Before you hug that person for the things that they're going through, hug yourself. Sometimes you have to sit there, hug yourself and pray. And as you hug yourself, feel the warmth of God behind you, hugging you from behind, and then rock back and forth. Rock back and forth and partner with God. Rock back and forth and think about how God has blessed you and think about how God has held you on for this long and that you will make it through the holidays. When you've taken care of yourself, it is important to spread love as well to other people. I know how to handle and deal with my emotions better because I really do have a strong relationship with God. So it makes it easier for me to get through certain things without needing to pour into other people or ask other people for help in regards of my feelings. So I'm really good at helping other people manage their emotions. And that's only because I really do partner with God on handling those things. And I sit with myself and I give myself grace and I give God thanks. So my faith is at an all-time high to where when it comes down to mourning, loss, or grief, I know how to handle things better. And I also know how to help others get through theirs as well. And that's why I decided to make one of my VLOGMAS videos on handling loss, grief, trauma, depression during the holidays. 2025 is almost near, and the best way to deal with the beginning of the year is to deal with the end of the year. In the beginning, I did talk about how it's important to learn how to be alone now so that when it's 2025 and those holidays come next year or these future holidays come, you can learn how to be alone then as well. Everyone has to be alone at one point of life. If you feel like you always have people around you and you don't need to be alone, you never have to be alone. Sadly to say, one day your time will come as well, because being alone is how you find God. You can't find God in a room of people. And I'm not saying that because, of course, you go to church. Of course, you know God from different situations. But when you pray to God and you are around God, you're not always doing it in church. You're not always doing it around your grandparents. You're not always doing it around your siblings. That's time you find alone with God. And sometimes in order for God to be in your life, you have to find him by yourself on your own journey. And most times you can't take certain people on those journeys. So if you feel like God is calling you to be alone and you feel like you're losing all of these people, God isn't calling you to be alone necessarily. He's calling you to partner with him so you can know how to navigate your life without having certain people around that is taken away from things that you could be doing to better you truly. Don't let the holidays make you dependable on people. Don't let the holidays deter you away from God just to have people around. Don't let the holidays make you interact with certain people that you may have not been interacting with all year just to receive gifts, just to feel love instead of being truly loved. Because only God truly, truly loves you. There's only one person who don't care about your flaws, who don't care about the way you act, don't care about the person you are. There's only one person. So don't go back to people, relationships, family, and trauma just to not feel alone during the holidays. And I know y'all probably like, but Dom, it's not that easy. And I know it's not that easy. I promise you, I know it's not that easy. I've dealt with it. I don't know when the last time I had a Valentine. I don't know when the last time I had a kiss into the new year. I miss my grandpa. I'm not sure the last time I was with a guy's family for the holidays. My daughter can't spend the full Christmas day with me. My daughter can't spend the full Thanksgiving with me. I have to share her with two different families instead of being one. And doing that after not doing that for 2 and 3 years, yeah, it was very hard for me to navigate the new life I decided for myself. But it wasn't that hard because I had God. It was hard, but God led me through it. Christmas was the reason why I called it off with my daughter's father, y'all. Christmas was the reason. Imagine pouring your all into someone, and because they're jealous of the fact that you can do well for yourself, that they decide not to give you a Christmas gift. Y'all be like, oh, that's kind of petty. But no, it's not. When you're not gifted often somebody and you make excuses for them, then they finally do get their big boy job, and they still decide not to get you nothing. Yeah, it's time to call it quits. So imagine just sitting there all Christmas knowing that this is the last Christmas I'm gonna be with this nigga. Like, that's literally how I was dealing with Christmas. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the last Christmas I'm finna be with this nigga at all. That's how I was saying it, and that's what happened. There was the last Christmas. I dealt with Valentine's Day by myself. I dealt with the next Christmas, Thanksgiving, separation. I dealt with that separation perfectly. And the holidays is when I decided I don't want to spend no more holidays in sadness. I don't want to spend no more holidays feeling alone when I'm not. You know? So that's how that ended up going. So I understand. I'd rather have been traumatized for that last year than risk being traumatized for years to come. This smells so good. This smells so good. I don't want to eat it. Now I just top it off with this clear gloss. Wow, Cook look, that's really pretty, y'all. This smell the same? Or did I just mix it together? God dang it. I really pray that we all decenter the unimportant things in life and get closer to God during this holiday season. That way we don't have to risk being depressed for the next holiday season. Think about the past holidays you had and what made you depressed and what was the cause. And honestly, just see if those people or things are still prevalent in your life right now. And if they are, it's probably because those are the things that's causing your depression. Do you have addictions? Do you have a drinking problem, a smoking problem? Are you not healthy? Are you still in toxic relationships? Are you still dealing with family trauma and family problems? And if you are, don't take those things into the new year. Don't take those things until the next holiday or the next holiday season or next Christmas. Don't do any of that, because none of that stuff is more important than you. Your self-love. None of that is more important. Being around family and friends and loved ones is not important, because you'll have more years to come. And when those years come, you'll have it with people who actually love you, care about you, and want to see you happy during the holidays instead of sad and depressed. Or you'll have people who want you happy all year round instead of just for the holidays. Okay, this is the final product of my makeup look. Yeah, I'm not doing lashes until the new year, so I might. So I'm not gonna put no lashes on, so that's why I just did a little bit of mascara. But like I said, I'll try to link everything in my description. But overall, I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I really hope this helps somebody going through a depressed or lonely time during the holidays. I really wanted to get this video out before a lot of my other vlogs for this Vlogmas. So I really hope that y'all love this video. If not, send it to somebody who you feel like it could possibly help, or send it to somebody that you may feel like is struggling at this time. So hope y'all like my simple, super simple makeup look. I need to put some earrings on. I'm gonna go have lunch with my daughter because I forgot to pack her a lunch. So see y'all on the next vlog. Thank y'all so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. And tomorrow is day 4. Bye.